Hi guys. Once again, a different angle, a different attempt to make it easier to see what I'm doing, so hopefully this will work out. We'll see. I was filming something earlier today and the camera stand completely fell over and sort of ruined the end of the video, so hopefully it won't do that again. I've got it braced better now, so we'll see. Anyway, introduction aside, welcome to my Flosstube channel. If you are returning, thank you so very much for coming back for episode 10. Yes, this one is actually episode 10. Last time I was a little confused and didn't remember how many I'd done before I started recording. That was episode 9. This is episode 10. Dun dun dun! Dun! Jazz hands. Anyway, thank you for coming back if you are coming back. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. I don't show my face. I just show my hands and my project. So, yeah, talking hands, sort of. Anyway, it is March. It is March 6th, which is bizarre, and the year is going by way too fast for me, but I think that's pretty much standard once you get above a certain age. Years just seem to fly faster. Let's see. Obviously I didn't bring any cute little things to show you at the beginning like I have sometimes in the past. I apologize for that. And today is going to be probably a pretty short episode. The last episode I did was only a week and a half ago as opposed to my regular 2 weeks, which, given the way that I've been feeling, doesn't necessarily mean that I would have had a lot more stitching done, but probably I would have touched a few more of my projects. I haven't touched a significant portion of my projects, partly because I don't want to get into a lot of detail because I know you guys are here for cross-stitch and not politics and that kind of thing, but I have been feeling kind of beat down for the past couple of weeks. That culminated, or rather expressed itself in a lack of desire to do anything. Not depression exactly, but I just didn't, like, everything I tried to do, I just wasn't into it. I wasn't feeling it. So I would pick up stitching, or I would pick up knitting, or I would pick up my diamond painting, and I just was, didn't feel like doing it. So I stared at the television a lot, even though I wasn't on all the time. So I stared at a blank screen and just sort of zoned out. I'm hoping that that passes. I'm doing my best to make that happen. This is my birthday week. Yay! My birthday is on Wednesday, which is also coincidentally International Women's Day. So if you're a woman, it's your day too. So, or if you know women, it's International Women's Day on March 8th. That is my birthday. I will be a whopping 45 years old, so it's sort of a big birthday, not as big as 50, but 45 is sort of a milestone for me. So I'm hoping to, this week, sort of cheer myself up, get back in the groove and the swing of things, and feel better by the time the weekend rolls around. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know in my next video whether it worked or not. But that's where I am. So I don't have a whole lot to show you today. I've also decided that I'm going to separate out the diamond painting from my cross-stitch videos. So I am going to film another video today. I will film a video about diamond painting and talk a little bit more about it. And that is where I'm going to put all of that stuff from now on. So if you're interested in that, and I know a couple of you have said that you are, it'll still be on this channel. I will still be doing every 2 weeks, but I will keep it separate because it's sort of tied into cross-stitch, and I will show, I do have a project in plan to do a Heaven and Earth design in diamonds, so I will show that here, but the majority of my diamond painting stuff I'm going to show on the other channel because it's not directly cross-stitch related. So, do I have any news for you? Let's see. Normally I tell you about stitch-alongs, and I know there have been a couple more that I've come across, and I can't remember what they are right now. So, I think I've introduced you to enough. Anyway, don't you see what happens when I thump my hands on the desk? Things fall over. I think I've introduced you to enough stitch-alongs now, though. I mean, people have commented on how many I'm doing, which is insane. And I'm spreading, sorry, bug. I'm spreading the joy to you guys and enabling and tempting you, and I think I've probably done that enough. So, no more stitch-along announcements here today, anyway. I know, number one, boy, I'm just all over the place. I am still behind on videos, so I have been trying to do a little bit of catch up. I've commented on a couple of people's older videos recently. If I'm not commenting, you're not seeing me comment, it's very possible that I've watched your video and just liked it. I kind of feel silly leaving comments on things that are, a month old. But I am watching, I am still catching up, I am adding your new videos to my watch later list, so eventually I'll see them, I promise. I am not answering most of the comments that people are leaving, and I will go back and do that probably later today. I don't want you to think I'm neglecting you or not seeing the comments. I do see them, I do appreciate them, I really do. It's just, like I said, the last couple of weeks have been a little weird. And the last couple of months have been a little weird, to be honest. But the last couple of weeks in particular, I have been sort of out of sorts, and so, yeah. But I'll try to fix that. So, that said, let me show you the things that I have worked on. For the most part, I think I'm not going to insert before pictures here. I've done such a little amount of stitching on my projects that it just seems silly to take the time to put in pictures where you might not even be able to tell what I've done. I mean, some of them you will, but you might not even be able to tell, so I'm just going to show you what I've done. So this will be, again, a sort of out of sorts, or the ordinary video for me, and next time, hopefully it'll be back to normal. It's kind of sad that my out of the ordinary video is my 10th video. I mean, that should be a big deal, right? But such as it is, life happens the way it happens, and we move on. So my first project I'm going to show you is one that you've seen from many other people because we all love Brittany's designs and we all love the stitch along and the dragons are adorable. That means this is, of course, the Birthstone Dragon Stitch Along by Ingleside Imaginarium, or Blimey Cat Stitches, Brittany Church on YouTube. So I've only still worked on the January dragon, and this is him. The last time I showed you, I didn't have the majority of, well, I had some of the red stitched in, but I didn't have the majority of the red done, so his body is more or less, I'm going to have which way should I be holding this thing again? His body is more or less complete. I have to fill in his wings, obviously. There's a shade or two of orange left to go in there. He needs his eye. He's got his little gemstone, but it's not backstitched, obviously, so you can't really tell it's there yet. But I made a pretty significant amount of progress on him this last couple of weeks. For me, anyway. I know I'm way behind to other people, but for me, that's pretty good progress. So, January Dragon from the Birthstone Dragon Stitch Along. Whoop, and I'm losing a needle minder. Hang on one second while I fix this so I don't lose a needle on the back. Because I don't want to. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, the next one I'm going to show you, again, not a lot of progress for most of you probably, but given the fact that I have been really slow with this one, it's a lot of progress. Well, it's progress, not a lot, but it's progress for me. And this is the Happily Ever After Stitch Along by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Again, it's still the frame, just the frame, but I did, oh, you can't really see that with my lighting currently, can you? Well, you can, but you can't see the colors accurately. Anyway, I did go ahead and finish the border, so the green is now in there. I filled out some more of the flower detail up here. There are little purple flowers and little green leaves or flowers, whatever they're supposed to be, are now filled in. This is still January, so the owl and the pussycat. You can see the beginnings of the owl here. I frustrated myself a little bit because when I came down to the bottom and did this line, I discovered that I had stitched it incorrectly, so I was a stitch too far that way, which threw off this line as well. So I had to rip this out including the cute little corner motif. Had to rip it all out and redo it. So it is more progress than it looks like because I basically had to restitch some of it. But still not a ton. Still progress. I still love this design, and I'm really excited to get to the next month. The second month, February, was Heidi. The third month, March, is the Billy Goat's Gruff, and it finishes off the top corner, and yeah, eventually you'll see me do that, but I'm looking forward to getting there. Though, is the Billy Goat's Gruff a happily ever after story? Maybe there are multiple versions of that story and they end in different ways, because I don't remember the Billy Goat's Gruff story ending very happily, at least not for the goats, but anyway, I could be misremembering. My next stitch along is the Quotes to Live By, that's the name of it. Quotes to Live By Stitchrovia, the charity Mine Sal stitch along. And you will see, I actually started to fill in the Q at the top of the pattern. So colors are washed out. I apologize. One of these days I will make a video that actually shows accurate color and I don't get confused by directions, and on that day a choir of angels will sing. But anyway, I did get the Q started. I did the turquoise teal border around the edge, so you can see that there's actually a letter there. Rather, this is not the edge of the Q, but it's the edge of the center motif that says Quotes to Live By in the middle of the pattern. And I'm actually still really enjoying this. I still love this scroll work. I think it's beautiful. But this is still one of my favorites. Even though I'm going slowly, I really enjoy it. I have not bought the next 2 installments of the pattern. They are still in Stitchrovia's Etsy shop. And I will buy them. I mean, obviously I'm going to finish the pattern. But, you know, I'm taking my time. So, Quotes to Live By with the very beginnings of a Q. I'm kind of embarrassed to actually show you this one, because I know I say I didn't do a lot of progress, didn't make a lot of progress, and I didn't, but I really didn't make a lot of progress on this one. This is the first piece where my stitchy bug just was not in the mood. I mean, the bug was sitting on my shoulder telling me I should stitch, but when I actually picked up the stitching, it just was not having it, didn't want to do it. So this is the Fantasy Stitch Along from Lakeside Needlecraft, and this is the January block, and all I did on this, literally all I did on this, was put the purple in the main for the unicorn. Last time I showed you this, I had this light blue already stitched in, so all I did was the purple, and this took me like a day and a half to do. No joke. So it's kind of sad, kind of pathetic. It's progress, so I'm going to take it, and I'm showing it to you to show you that I made progress. But yeah, this is my stitchy bug just abandoning me. Next time, there will be more progress. I hope there's going to be more progress. I hope there has to be more progress. So now, well, wait, let me show you this, because even though there's not a lot of progress on this either, this is still my favorite. I know I said that the Quotes to Live By was one of my favorites, but Death by Cross Stitch is still my favorite of the patterns that I'm working on right now, though it has a contender that I will show you in a minute. This is still my favorite of the patterns, and I actually did finish the 7th row, so you'll see that this braid has come to an end here, and we're getting a new motif. I'm saying a lot. I'm going to try to stop that. I did finish that row. So that was not a ton of progress, because normally I get about a row and a half done between episodes. But it was half a row, and I'm happy with it. And like I said before, I'm going to take it. Any progress is good progress when I'm in this sort of mood. I did move it on the hoop, you will see, so you don't see the false start over the top anymore, and you see that the corner's tucked here. I think that will come out with ironing. I hope it comes out with ironing or I'm going to have a creased corner. But Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers, and I still love it. I did not bring the pattern for this, but the one interesting thing, so I've been working on a Heaven and Earth design, the Dragon Knot by Stephanie Law, and it's been frustrating me because of reasons. It's been frustrating me. So I talked to my husband about the Heaven and Earth designs, and the Dragon Knot I was doing was supposed to be a gift for him eventually. Well, he is not a big fan of the Heaven and Earth designs, apparently. He really likes cross stitch that has back stitching in it. And of course, none of the Heaven and Earth designs, or most of them anyway, don't have back stitching. So he kind of feels like they look pixelated and that they don't look as detailed as he would like. So, given that he doesn't particularly like the patterns, given that I've been really frustrated by the Dragon Knot, I decided to give that one a break and start a Heaven and Earth design that I wanted to do. Now, I was doing that one on 28 count even weave that I had dyed, and I think that's part of the reason. I think the even weave shrunk a little bit, so the holes are a little bit smaller than 28 count. And so I decided to work on the next one on a piece of 25 count, since the patterns are all listed as being stitched on 25 count even weave, or Lugana. So, when you get the measurements, when you see the pattern on the site, that it's listed on, it's shown on 25 count. I have a piece of 25 count Lugana that I had purchased from one of my closest, I don't know, LNS, that I had purchased a while ago, and I didn't know what to do with it, and then I decided eventually I would do a Heaven and Earth design on it. Well, we're going to do that now. And I did not bring the cover sheet for the pattern, but it's the Shakespearean Fantasy by James C. Christensen, and yeah, I'm a giant Shakespeare geek. I love Shakespeare. I like James C. Christensen's designs. I have this piece of Lugana, so I figured I would go ahead and start it. Now, the interesting part of this project, of this start, is that particular pattern, as a lot of Heaven and Earth designs do, has a ton of black. Just black. So I started, look at how much, I started doing the black. Look at how much of this I got done, compared to the other things that I've been working on. The other Heaven and Earth I have that's got a minuscule amount of work done, to the tiny amount of work I put on the Lakeside Fantasy Stitch Along, sorry. Look at how much work I did on this. Is well, I work in 10 by 10 blocks, so I think this is a lot. It's not nearly a full page, which I decided that if I was going to stitch on it like this, I would go ahead and try to do the challenge number 4 for Heaven and Earth designs. I don't know if I'll make it, but I sat, and for the weekend after my last episode, this is what I stitched on. This is what I wanted to do. My Stitchy Bug wanted to stitch a lot of black. Now I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch, so it's only half stitches basically. It's not full crosses. It's 25 count as opposed to 28 count, which makes it easier for me to see the holes. It makes it easier for me to stitch, I think. And I have to tell you, I have never had as much fun stitching purely black, which is a lie. It's not purely black. There's some navy blue in here too. But I have never had as much fun stitching basically one color as I had stitching this project. I don't know. My Stitchy Bug decided to be emo and goth and show me the color of its soul or something like that. So anyway, but I am actually really proud of the fact that I made that much progress. And I'm planning to go back to this soon because I can feel it calling to me. Like, this is what I want to stitch on. The stitch-alongs and my other projects are, I don't really care, but I really want to come back to this. So I guess sometimes you have to listen to your bug. You have to listen to the chirping or the screeing or whatever sound your bug makes, and do what the bug wants. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. And it doesn't look that bad. When I get really close to it, I'm not all that thrilled with the coverage. But coverage with black is hard, and I don't want to do 3/2 or 3/1 because that'll be bulky, and I learned how to do the loop start, and I won't be able to do that with the 3/1. So I'm going to manage. I'm going to cope with the fact that really up close, you can sort of see some spots in the black, but you know what? Nobody's going to be that close to it once it's finished, so. The other thing that I'm actually proud of, despite the fact that it's taken me a long time to do it, is that I finished the January installment of the Under the Sea Stitch Along by Lakeside Needlecraft. Now, I haven't done the seaweed border, so I haven't done the back stitching on the seaweed border, so the little garland is not done. But my wacky little octopus is done. I can't decide on what his name is, so I'm not going to tell you what his name is, because eventually that will change, probably. And his eyes are a little weird, and yeah, but I think he's really cute. I love the fish. I'm really excited to get to the shark, because I want to stitch Bruce like so many of the rest of you have stitched. Anyway, I'm really proud of this. I actually sat down the other day and said, if I do nothing else stitching today, or for the next few days, I'm going to finish the octopus. And I did. And he's backstitched and everything. And I love him. So look, I did do something. I did make progress. But that's about it. Like I said, I did not really stitch on, well, not really. I didn't stitch on anything else. I didn't get anything else stitched on in this last week and a half. I don't have any haul to show you. That's going to change probably tomorrow because I'm going to make another trip to the LNS so I can buy things for my birthday. I have been doing other crafts when I feel like doing things. I've been working on my diamond painting, which I said I was going to talk about in another video, so I won't talk about that here. And yeah, this is it. This is what I have for you today, guys. So, sorry, I have a light pad that keeps falling over. That's what keeps sliding. I apologize for the noise and the weird hands. Anyway, if you have stuck through my scattered, slightly down rambling today, and it was rambling. Last time it wasn't because I actually gave you information. This time I'm all over the place. If you've made it through, thank you for hanging in with me. I hope you will come back for my next episode, which will be more organized, I hope, and more upbeat, I hope, and have a lot more progress to show you. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for leaving comments. I love all of you. Happy International Women's Day on Wednesday. I hope that you all have a fantastic day and that somebody tells you they love you. And I'll see you then. Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Bye.